Hello, and thank you for stopping by. I'm going to tell you just a little bit about the 72 Sold program and why you want to consider it when you're going to be selling your home. So 72 Sold comes out of the Phoenix Scottsdale Market in Arizona, which is one of the largest luxury markets in the country. And this process was actually originally designed to sell high-end luxury homes. It was developed by a gentleman named Greg Hauge. Greg has been a real estate agent for 50 some years. He's a practicing attorney. He's a bit like Steve Jobs. He's a disruptor in the industry and is always looking for a better way for the consumer. So Greg noticed a few things after doing this for 50 some years, as you'd expect somebody would. Number one, the buying environment has greatly changed in the world of real estate. Pre-internet, if you were going to look for a home, the process would involve something along the lines of hopping in the car with your agent who'd have a book and they would drive you around looking for homes. Things like yard signs mattered because that's what identified homes for sale. And it could take you literally 2 to 3 weeks to even discover a home was on the market because you quite literally had to have the big book and drive around and find them. It's a little bit different today, as you might imagine. We have this thing called the internet. And if you've ever done internet shopping or you experience the internet, things move a little bit quicker. With the internet, it takes serious buyers a day, 2, maybe 3 tops for serious buyers to know that your home is for sale. There is no driving around looking for signs. So serious buyers know your home is immediately for sale. Serious buyers have a ton of data on your home. Zillow, Redfin, Realtor, there's tons of these auto evaluator realtor websites out there. So buyers know how long your home has been for sale. They know if you've done a price reduction. They know if your home has gone into escrow and fallen out. And whether you like it or not, buyers have opinions about your property before they even step in the front door. So that's the buying environment. And through the course of this, by paying attention, 2 main problems emerged that are costing sellers thousands, in some cases, tens of thousands of dollars. What are those 2 problems? Number 1 is time on market. Time on market is not your friend as a seller. Let's say you yourself, put your buyer hat on. You're looking at a home for sale. And this home that you are looking at has 94 days on market and they've done 2 price reductions. As a buyer, what goes through your mind when you look at that home with all kinds of time on market and multiple price reductions? Are you thinking, I'm going to go give that seller an offer $20,000 over their asking price? Or does your mind kick off a whole bunch of not so good questions like, why hasn't that sold? It must be overpriced. What's wrong with it? Why has every buyer rejected it? That's what you're wondering. And if you are interested, you smell blood in the water and you're looking to get yourself a deal. Time on the market is not your friend as a seller. That's problem number 1. Problem 2 also deals with time. This is buyer delay. Again, when a buyer comes in a home and a buyer loves that home and they are excited about it, that buyer is going to stop what they're doing and they're going to more than likely write you a very good offer. The reverse is also true. When a buyer comes in your home and they take days to write an offer, those offers tend to come in lower. And again, this just logically makes sense if you think about it. So understand, time on market is not your friend as a seller. Time is not your friend as a seller. Yet far too often traditional real estate processes, let's just give it more time, even though the data and the evidence points to the contrary. So we do this a different way, and that's what we're going to talk about next. We do 3 things that are going to greatly increase the price that you get and enhance your selling experience. We are going to attract more buyers. We are going to put these buyers into competition with each other, and we are going to use that competition to push up and generate higher offers for you. So finding more buyers, how do we do that? It starts with getting to work for you right away, to be honest. Far too often in this industry, agents' number 1 tool and only tool for selling your home is to slap you on the MLS. The MLS is an effective tool, but there's a lot more that can be done. Right out of the gate, there's 3 things that we really focus on. Number 1, we leverage our personal networks. We are part of the Apex Real Estate Group. Think of this as the most productive agents in the state of Minnesota, because that's basically what this is. This group last year sold $1.7 billion in real estate alone. That's more than a lot of brokers sold in this market. What you need to understand is your home is going to be networked in front of the most productive agents, teams, and groups before it's ever online on MLS and places like that. Second thing we do, our broker has the largest network of off-market properties in the country. Your home's going to be listed there. Third and final thing we do, because we are very active on social media and because we have a large past client base, we do a database blast to about 7,000 people. Maybe we've got a buyer for your home sitting here already. We are going to turn over every stone, every nook and cranny, and start looking for buyers before you're ever on the MLS. Because again, time is not your friend as a seller. You're most valuable before you get to any of those places. We call that our pre-marketing phase. We will then put you on the MLS. This is the North Star MLS. It is the largest in the state, and it syndicates to everything you know. Zillow, Realtor.com, Redfin. The MLS quite literally syndicates to something like 20 or 30,000 websites. Buyers are really easy to find. I'll tell you right where the buyer for your home is. They're on their phone. They are on the internet. So it's very easy to find buyers. Don't let somebody convince you otherwise. The harder part, the art of all this, if you will, is getting those buyers to pick your home and not somebody else's. So let's chat about how we do that. The first is pictures. We use less pictures, fewer, better photos, we call it. I'm a car guy, so I always use the example of a car brochure. If you're looking at a car brochure, do they show you 200 pictures? No. They show you 10 to 15 pictures, the sexy cockpit lines, the lines of the car, the stuff that gets you excited about that car. The same applies to your home. The purpose of your photos is not to give buyers a visual walkthrough of your home. The purpose of your photos is to show off the very best features of your house and get those buyers really excited and wanting to see more. Keep in mind, photos are showing a three-dimensional space in 2 dimensions. And when you put up an increasing number of photos, it is exponentially likely you're going to put up 1 or 2 of a funky angle and you're going to turn a buyer off. Less is more when it comes to pictures. 2, the ad copy. I love this one. Go on Realtor, Zillow, go anywhere and read ad descriptions. It sounds like most of them are writing for Better Homes and Garden. But we do things a bit differently. We have a proprietary AI-driven tool. I can distill down to your address level and generate a demographic and psychographic report that will basically draft the ideal buyer persona for your home. I can tell you their wants, their concerns, their pain points, their needs. So when we know this buyer, guess what we can do with our ad copy? We can write right to them. So we are no longer writing in generalities. We are writing directly to your buyer. How cool is that? Last piece is the price. This is a big one. Every seller wants to know the price. Here's what you need to understand about price. Number one, agents will win that number to win your business. They will tell you a number you want to hear. What you find yourself in is in this time on market trap. Rather, your price along with your pictures, understand this, your price along with the pictures is meant to draw eyeballs, garner interest, and get buyers in your door so we can push them through the rest of this process I'm going to describe. Make sure your neighbors' homes are helping sell yours and that yours isn't helping sell your neighbors. So just understand you need a competitive price. Part of the marketing, it gets buyers in the door, and a correct list price, guys, it gets pushed up. We're going to touch on buckets 2 and 3. I'm not going to give away all the secret sauce here, but just give you an idea of how we work. This is building buyer competition and getting higher and better offers. It's worth touching on this. With the traditional real estate process, the showing process for real estate, unfortunately, is pretty much completely automated. Your home is posted online. Buyers find your home online. Buyers or their agent push a button on their phone, and you as a seller, your phone goes ping, and you get a notification that somebody wants to see your home tomorrow at some time. You're expected to get out. So you've got a buyer being led around your home by an agent who knows nothing about you or your home. It's pretty obvious that's a myth, right? My first question is, where's the representation for the seller? So we're going to do things a bit differently. In order to see your home, we remove the automation. You're still in all the same places. The difference is a buyer just can't push a button and book your house. They actually have to have a conversation with myself or someone on my team. Can they even afford to buy your house? Because if they can't, you don't need to show it to them. But there's a lot more to it. I want to learn about this buyer. I want to get them excited about your home. I want to start selling them your home over the phone with a conversation. It's a totally different feel. In the traditional real estate process, it's automated. We remove that automation. The first thing we're going to do is pick your 72-hour weekend. Think of this as your public unveiling to the market. This is the weekend your home is going to be shown to buyers. That's how we put it out to the market. As your home hits the MLS and all of these websites, buyers and their agents are going to start reaching out to us. And they're going to reach out with a phone call, not with some silly automated button. And here's how it goes. This is the best part, guys. We get them excited. We answer their questions. And then We tell them that the seller is going to look to show this home on Saturday between such and such time. A serious, qualified buyer who knows your home and is truly a good or the buyer for your home. When we tell them they got to wait a week, they push back, and they push back like crazy. They will tell us they're qualified. They will tell us they got a friend in the neighborhood. They will give us all these reasons why your house is the house for them. So when we get that buyer, we do, with your permission, what's called an opportunity showing. We will bring this buyer by your home early to get a sneak peek at your house. And guess what they find when they show up at your house? Number one, they don't find a big, ugly, gaudy yard sign with my face on it. Lord knows that's not going to help sell your home. And newsflash, guys, yard signs are for agents. A yard sign is for your agent. So when they pull up, there's no yard sign. They find your listing team, guys. We can take them through your home the same way you took us through it. We can tell them the cool things about your house that they would never know had they not talked to somebody who has lived in the property or knows the property. We can tell them things about the neighborhood that nobody would know. And when we start getting buying signals on one of these opportunity showings, boy, we'll step back at the end of their showing because we're on site, and we'll simply say to that buyer and their buyer agent, hey, what'd you think of the house? Already knowing they love it. And when they say that back to us, oh my God, we love it. My buyer loves this house, something along those lines. Boy, it's easy. We just step back. We reiterate our process. My seller wasn't even really prepared to show this home till Saturday, but I can tell you love the house. Would you like me to look at an offer early? Guys, put yourself in the shoes of that buyer. You love the house. You perceive everybody else is coming to look at it in a few days. You have had a special opportunity to get in this home early, to check it out. The agent is now telling you got an opportunity to try and take this off the market before everyone else gets a hold of it. As a buyer, what are you going to do? You're going to write a great offer and go get that house. And that's exactly what happens. Since rolling out nationally in 2018, our clients are averaging anywhere between 8 to 12% more money for their homes compared to those who listed with traditional real estate. And it is because of this process. It is admittedly a simple process. But ask yourself, how many actual processes, step-by-step processes, have you seen for selling homes? Because far too often we're on the internet, there's a lockbox on the door, and we're for sale, even though we know time works against you as a seller. Best of all, with us, with our team, our listing agreements are written. It is written as cancelable by you, the seller, at any time for any reason. We are in business together because you see the value in this, because you want to be, not because we have some silly piece of paper that says you're stuck with us. I am amazed at the number of times I have run across sellers who are stuck in a 3, 6, I've seen them for 18 months long contract with a dud of an agent. So you have the peace of mind to know if something goes amiss, if you don't like us, if your favorite color changes, you don't want to sell your house, all you got to do is ask and it's over. Thank you for watching this video. We have sold about 260 homes in this market since 2021. We look forward to chatting with you, and we'll see you soon.